Alrighty, folks, we're back. Sorry about that inconvenience there. But everything seems to be a-okay now. Just needed to have OBS crash, and I needed to restart my computer, and everything's hunky-dory now. As right now, we got up in the top spot, we got Alexander Hyder. He's up in the top spot. And we have Chase Paquette in second, Zach Lindgren in third, Connor Trafari fourth, and Josh Duke your top five. As we have 13 laps down at 125 as I'm trying to get everything resituated. I had it set up for qualifying. I did not have it set up for the race, and I had to hurry up and shut everything down. And now I'm trying to get everything readjusted back to good, so hopefully this will work out. As it looked like Hyder's still up in the top spot with Paquette in second, and Lindgren putting the pressure on Chase, as well as Connor's putting the pressure back on Zach there. Get back here, see what's going on back here with James Rader. He is back here in 17th. You got Richard Kirker here as well, getting passed by the 18. Almost contact there coming out of turn number 2 with Kirker and Keenan Bellish. And then Josh Corner back here. Sitting back here in 20th spot right now. We'll go ahead and get rid of that one. We'll put up the good one. That way you all can see what position they're actually in and how many spots they gain or lost. Get back up here to the lead here. As we got a battle here for second with Chase and Zach. Looks like Zach was trying to peek on the outside there, try to see if he can get a run. Somebody's in the wall. I don't think that was Aiden Kirker, but I heard somebody hit the wall. As Lindgren here is putting the pressure on Chase. Going down into turn number 1 here. He's running a little higher line here going on entry. Coming out of turn 2, he's going to get a little bit of run there at the end of turn number 2, but he's not able to make any gains there as far as being on the inside or outside of Chase as they come down the front straightaway here. And still nothing, but we get back here. We got a battle here with Aiden Kirker and Darrell. It's a battle for 7th spot as Aiden looks like he's going to be able to take over that 7th spot. As I say that, Darrell is fighting on the outside in that Cheetos number 6 machine. Cheerio! I don't know. Oh, they made contact there coming out of turn number 2. And it looks like Darrell is going to be able to clear Aiden. Don't know if looked like Darrell might have got a little loose there coming out of turn number 2. As we got a potential 3 wide maybe coming out of, no, don't do it at Iowa. Anthony Qualituano thought better of that. As Aiden is now looking like he's going to be able to make that pass on Darrell and finally complete that. Back up here to the front here, we got a 3-way battle for the lead here. We got Chase, Zach, and Alexander. Alexander's in the lead. Chase is down on the inside of Alexander in 3 and 4. Is he going to be able to stick it? Not going to be able to stick it there in 3 and 4, and Zach's going to take the outside. Going down the front straightaway. Going down into turn number 1 here. Got some very good battles going on all over the track here. It's hard to keep up with everything. But unfortunately, I had that mishap there at the beginning of the race with the OBS. We had 14 views at one point, and then with OBS doing its thing, it kind of took all that away. So hopefully we can regain some of that here as the race progresses. As Zach is putting the pressure now on Hyder as he was able to get around Chase for that second spot. As we get back down here, see what's going on back here. Daryl is slow in turn 1 and 2. He's getting passed by Marcus there coming out of turn number 2. But here comes Zach on the looking on the inside of Alexander coming out of turn number 4 there. Not going to be able to have that window quite yet. Take it back down to turn number 1. Here comes Chase on the rebound, trying to get back past Zach. Right now, it's been Alexander that's been able to hold both Chase and Zach. As I say that, here comes Zach down to the inside. And he's just not able to get a run there out of turn number 4. Zach is now, he was almost even with Alexander there coming out of 4, but he just got loose there down the front straightaway and was not able to complete the pass as Chase is nipping on his heels. And here comes Zach again. Round number 3. Is this going to be the one? And coming out of turn number 4, looks like Alexander's got the momentum. And now Chase is on the outside of Zach, looking to take that second spot back away from Zach. It looks like if you're going to want to pass somebody out of turn number 4, well, going into 3, coming out of 4, you're going to want to do it mid to high line. You don't want to stay low, as Alexander now looks like he's migrated up to that top line. We are 31 laps into the run here, and we did miss the first 10 or so laps, so don't know exactly how many of those laps were green. But if those were mostly green, these tires are starting to show their wear and tear. And at a track like Iowa, it's kind of similar to the way Richmond's laid out as far as the front straightaway. These turns, though, I would say they're more similar to like a, I don't know. Never really compared the turns of Iowa to any other track, so I would have to think about that and get back to you guys and let you know if I think of a track. I mean, you let me know if I'm right on what it actually relates to. As Alexander is still up in the top spot and riding the top of the track. And now we still got a battle here with Chase and Zach lingering. As he's falling back to 3rd. Connor is all by himself in 4th here. Back here in 5th, we got Josh Duke. Aiden Kirker is up to 6th spot. Brad Peters is sitting in 7th spot. Jared in 8th. Mitch Van Oss is in 9th, battling Marcus Van Der Lee in 10th. The In-N-Out 56 wants to take that 9th spot away from that 182 car, and he's not going to be able to do it there on the front straightaway. Going down to turn number 1 here. Looks like a lot of drivers are running that mid to high line. As Zach and Chase are battling once more for that 2nd spot. And Zach is not able to do anything with that on the low side. So we'll see here if he's able to try to change his course of action here. He really is trying to Harvick that bottom of that yellow line there in 3 and 4. But right now it's not prevailing for Zach. Chase has that second spot in hand. As they come out of turn number 4 again, you just see the momentum that Chase gets over Zach Lindgren coming at just at a corner exit there. We got Darrell here trying to run down Marcus. Marcus is the in and out machine, but he has an M&M's helmet. I gotta pick on Marcus about that. As Darrell is down, he's got the inside leverage, but it looks like Marcus is gonna have to run down the front straightaway. If these drivers are tuning in right now, they'd see what was going on. You're not going to be able to pass on the inside corner exit of 4. As Marcus is blinking a little bit there. He's having a little OBS issue. Not literally OBS issue, but he's having a little connectivity issue with iRacing. Hopefully that clears up as Darrell is now on the inside in turn 1 and 2 here. We'll see if this is going to be the turn where he's going to be able to get a run coming out of 2. And he's not going to be able to do it. So it looks like you're going to have to stay in that mid to high line if you want to make a pass as the run goes on. As Hyder is starting to come up onto a lap car there, and that would be J.J. Hill. And that 008 machine. And it looks like he's going to stay high for the leaders. And he's literally staying high. He is hugging the wall there. He's trying to wall ride. He literally try to get 2 wheels up onto that wall. As we have potential battle for the lead once more. These guys have been out here, I'd say, close to 40-ish laps, probably, if not 44 laps. It is a short track, so you never know. And it looks like Zach's trying to put that pressure back on the Chase. But right now, it's been all Alexander Hyder on that 24 black and teal, tealish blue machine leading the way here. As we got potential battles going on back here with Clinton, Darrell, and Marcus, as well as the 182 and Mitch. We got a 4-packer right here. Is there some close racing there coming out of turn number 4, but everyone's able to keep their cars off of each other. As now Darrell is going to... Thought he was going to get passed there by Clinton, but Clinton was not able to maintain the run on the outside there. So they all regroup once again and all in the same position, coming out of turn number 4 once more. That 56 of Marcus is getting loose. This is really the closest battles that are going on right now on the track, as Daryl is now on the inside of Marcus, going down into turn number 3, and Daryl's running up the track a little bit there. Looks like Daryl's getting loose mid-corner coming out. Looks like Clinton's going to be able to have that spot going into turn number 1, but is he able to hold on to it? As Daryl got really loose there on exit of turn number 2. They do have 4 tires behind the wall. And they also have to watch that dreaded pit road speed of 40 miles an hour, as we had a brief battle for the lead once more, but Chase was not able to do anything with it. Now Mitch is getting under pressure from Marcus. As, oh, Daryl had a big moment there, as we got, who is that in the wall? Is that Anthony? Anthony Colatuano literally riding the wall. So we had Daryl that had a big moment on the front straightaway, and Anthony had a big moment at the end of the front straightaway. A lot of action going on around here on the track. As now Alexander is coming up onto that 28 machine of Seth Wentworth. The Duff Beer Machine. It looks like they're all going to be able to get around him cleanly without any issues. Chase is hovering around that 0.2 of a second mark, as Chase is now riding the wall going into turn number 1. That opens the door for Zach. Zach's now not going to be able to do anything with that going down the back straightaway, going in turn 3. Zach's diving it down. Is he going to be able to hold the momentum? No. Chase is going to be able to maintain the momentum on the outside and hold Zach off for that second spot. It looks like Zach was doing a little right-hand turn in there into 2. Get back here to Josh Corner, sitting in 17th spot. He's getting ready to pass up Kyle Camper, at least try to. Kyle Camper and his cartoon character driver pitcher. And you got Jake Baker here in 15th spot. He's up 8 positions from where he started the race. Up here to the green die-cast fans 27 machine of Jared Rashawn. He's up to down to 7th spot, down 1 spot from where he started the race. You got Josh Duke trying to battle with Connor, and that'd be battle for 5th spot with Connor. Duke is up 1 position from where he started the race. Connor is down 4 spots from where he started the race. So your pole sitter is sitting back here in 5th. Aiden Kirker is up 6 spots in the 4th, and he is coming up on to Zach, as Zach is getting a little moment there on the back straightaway. Going to the front straightaway. It looks like Aiden's going to be putting that pressure here on to Zach real quick. Especially if Zach has another moment here on the back straightaway like he did last lap. And looks like he's not going to have that moment again. Looks like Aiden has found something on the exit of turn number 4 as he's able to get a major run down the front straightaway. Pull a slide job on Zach coming out of turn number 2, and he's able to hold off Zach down the back straightaway there. Aiden's now up to 3rd spot. Now he's got his sights set on to that 2nd spot. Chase in that 10 machine. He's got a little while to go there. He's got about a second between Chase and himself. And we got Jared making a pass there on Josh Duke. Duke's falling back a couple spots, as Brad Peters was also able to get around the 32 Duke, and Duke's having a moment on the front straightaway, getting all kind of out of sorts. That right side's all banged up. But Aiden's trimming down just a little bit more to that 2nd place car. Down the straightaways, he's able to, I mean, it doesn't update on to the you can't see it on the ticker, but he's about 0.6 of a second behind 2nd place now, as Alexander is getting around. Is that the, yes, that would be the 22 of Paul Reckerly. Looks like he's having a moment coming out of 4 as well. Looks like corner exits are really hard for these guys. If you're getting a little loose, it looks like they're having a hard time keeping it down. And now Chase is able to get around Paul. Up here to our leader here, Alexander. Up 15 spots from where he started tonight. And he is looking to put more cars a lap down. We got Richard Kirker coming down pit road, as well as Josh Duke. He down pit road. I think these guys are finally getting fed up with their tire wear. They want those 4 feel-good tires on their cars. Alexander had a moment coming out of turn number 2, so it's everybody having issues here right now. Right now we got 16 cars on the lead lap, soon to be 15 cars, as Alexander is to the inside of Kyle Camper there. Now we have 15 cars on the lead lap, as Alexander had another moment. That one, he was almost completely sideways. And he's having more moments out of turn number 4. You gotta wonder, how hard is he pushing his car right now? Or is that just the case of the high horsepower and the tire wear? Or is it the combination of the two? Well, as I say that, he's coming down pit road. He's had enough of this mess. He wants some 4 feel-goods. Chase is down pit road as well. And we also have Aiden Kirker. He made his pit stop a lap before. Zach Lindgren made his pit stop a lap before. We got Clinton Seymour, Marcus Van Der Lee, Brad Peters, all down pit road. Jake Baker making his pit stop. Now we got Jared making his pit stop, stayed out for a lap. Now we got Mitch Van Oss. He's staying out here to lead a lap. He's got some pressure there from Anthony Colatuano. In the second spot is Richard Kirker. Those fresh tires. He is shot out of a cannon. Where is he at? There he is. As there comes Aiden Kirker getting around Alexander Hyder. And that would be, once the pit cycle concludes, that will be your battle for the lead right there. As Mitch is now down pit road to make his pit stop. That gives the lead up to Daryl and that 6 Machine Cheetos. So that leaves, and Anthony's down pit road. See what Josh does here. Is he coming down pit road? Is he staying out? Oh, Connor! Connor's wrecking. Where is he at? Yeah, he's able to keep it going there. Unfortunate for him to have that little spin out coming out of turn number 2. It looked like they made contact there. But however, he kept it going as we do have a caution. Alexander Hyder. Our was leader before the pit cycle started. Going down into turn number 1 here. And he went down to the inside, and it looks like that's hard to tell there. It looked like Alexander thought that Seth was going to go a little higher on corner exit. He did not, and unfortunately for Alexander, that put him up into the outside wall. So the ones that have not pitted, pretty good guess they're coming down pit road. Daryl, Josh, and James Raid are all down pit road. The only 3 that didn't make a pit stop here. We'll see here. Gives the lead up to Aiden Kirker. Oh, why don't we here real quick? He's in 4th spot right now. Let's go ahead and pull him up here. Hey, Brad Peters, Dennis Ansman up in the broadcast booth. Do you have a copy? Hold on 1 second. Hey, no, it's not working. Okay, so we'll move him back to his team real quick. I think I know what I gotta do here with this. Okay. All right. Brad Peters, Dennis Ansman in the broadcast booth. Do you have a copy?
I got you loud and clear.
Well, Brad, I had it up here a minute ago, but my mic wasn't working, so I had to go ahead and fix that real quick. Go ahead and talk, your race real quick. How's it been out there on the track here at Iowa so far?
It's been pretty racy so far. I like that we've been able to move around and kind of search for grip on the track. Seems like the top is starting to come in a little bit there, and just kind of looking for the bottom to come in at some point. But it's been going pretty good so far.
Well, it looks like as you guys go on here, you guys get really loose. So hopefully you'll be able to manage that here as the run goes on. Looks like you guys are getting the one to go here. So go ahead and let you get back down to your team here. Best of luck to you, and hopefully we see you here, up in the broadcast booth here after the race.
All right, sounds good. Appreciate it.
All right, folks, that's Brad Peters sitting right now in 7th spot. As looks like they should be getting a one to go here this time by. It's hard to judge with these short tracks. Looks like a lot of cars getting waved around. Getting ready to come green flag racing to complete lap 81 of 125 here for the corn race here tonight at Iowa for the 10th race of the ISRL League here on iRacing, and you're watching this on Extreme Racing TV. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching here tonight. Thank you all for hanging out and sticking out for the hiccup at the beginning of the race, and we are back under green flag racing here. And we got some 4Y going on back here. Oh, I can't get... we had 3 wide. Now we're down to 3 wide. Oh, we have contact there. Oh! Looks like we got Alexander Hyder involved in this one with Brad D. Peters and Marcus Van Der Lee. So let's go ahead and get on Alexander Hyder because it looked like that's where it started. We're going to go ahead... and we're going to let this play out for a moment. And, okay, it wasn't quite 4Y there, but I guess you could call it 4Y. Coming out of turn number 2, he got in the back of the 22. The 22 is Paul Reckley there. And we will do a gearbox cam here real quick. And yep, got right into him and spun him around, and it looked like it took Brad, Alexander, the 56 machine, Marcus. Looked like you got Kyle Camper as well. So hopefully these guys can get most of that damage repaired. And the broadcaster jinx has hit. Finally, unfortunately. It took 10 races for it to happen. But unfortunately, it finally hit poor Brad. He was having a good race there. He was in 7th spot. So we'll go ahead and let these guys get their cool about themselves here and see if they can finish the race here under green flag as they are taking lap 85 of 125. This is the 3rd caution of the night. All right. Should be getting the one to go here this time by, folks. We have Aiden in first, Zach Linger in second, Zach Linger in second, Chase Burquette third, Daryl Arnold fourth, James Rader fifth, Josh Corner sixth, Jared Wishon back in seventh, Clinton Seymour in eighth, Mitchell Van Ossen ninth, and Connor Trafari rounding out your top 10 here tonight. As the pace truck getting ready to dive it off to the safety of pit road. And it is in Aiden's hands. And Aiden's on the loud pedal. We are back under green flag racing here. Coming to lap 88 of 125 for the corn race here tonight at Iowa. As Chase and Zach are battling here right now. We got some good battles going on back there with Connor. Look like they're trying to send it 3-4 wide here, coming out of turn 3 wide, coming out of turn number 4. Connor just sent it. And we got battles going on up here for the second spot, still between Chase and Zach, going back and forth. We got more swip swapping going on back here with James Rader. As Clinton is sending it as well. Almost got into the back of that 56 machine of Marcus Van Lee. But they were all able to keep it clean. As Aiden's getting a little pressure from Lingering now as he was able to get around Chase. No, Chase is trying to get around Zach. I had it backwards. We got Daryl up here, the 4th spot. As Connor is battling the top 5. He's back up the 5th spot, able to get around Jared. As these two are still going at it, Zach and Chase. These two are going at it here at the beginning of the race. And here they are at lap 92, still going at it between each other. Zach is trying to put the pressure on Aiden Kirker. It looks like Zach is learning lessons from runs past, and he is sticking to that outside line as he's getting a run down the front straightaway there going into turn number 1. Aiden Kirker sticking to that bottom side for right now. For how long, we'll find out. Right now, I think Zach's content with getting these runs coming out of the corner. He's able to, and here he comes down the front straightaway, going down to the inside now, going into turn number 1 with Aiden Kirker on the outside of him. And it looks like Aiden's now going to have the momentum out of turn number 2. Zach is probably thinking to himself right now, what do I got to do to get around you guys and get up to second, and I cannot get the lead. As now he's getting pressure from Chase. As Daryl is getting pressure there from the 9 machine of Connor Trafari. Connor's looking to take that 4th spot away from Daryl. But right now, Connor is, much like Zach, stuck behind the car in front of him. Alexander here sitting in ninth spot. He had those couple incidents there that brought out the 2 yellows back to back. He's hoping to rebound here and have himself a solid finish within the top 5. Right now he is a little over 3.5 seconds behind the leader, as Zach is trying to put the pressure back on to Aiden Kirker. But right now, Zach's got bigger problems. He's got that 10 machine, a Chase, right behind him, putting all kinds of pressure on him. As Chase is looking down on the inside of Zach coming out of turn number 2, it looks like Zach's going to have the momentum, but not enough momentum, as Chase is able to keep it down on the inside. But Zach is running that very high side coming out of turn number 4. And they're still side by side going into turn number 1. As Chase looks like he's going to be one of the few drivers to be able to complete the pass on the inside. We'll see if he's able to complete it here on the exit of turn number 4. And yes, he is. So Chase is up to second spot. Put Zach back to third. And now Chase is looking to chase down that 39 machine of Aiden Kirker. As Darrell is back here in fourth spot, still holding off that 9 machine of Connor Trafari. And Connor better look out, because here comes that 27 machine of Jared Washawn. As Aiden has right now about a half-second lead as Chase getting still got pressure there from the 85 of Zach. These guys cannot get away from each other. Now you got Darrell really getting pressure there from the 9 machine of Connor Trafari. Connor's taking it down to the inside of Darrell there. Coming out of turn number 4. The round goes Connor. There's the caution. We caught that live, but we're going to go ahead and go back a little bit. We're going to get a different angle of this one here. We're going to go ahead and do a far chase. Well, now we got to do a rear cam. Yeah, he just didn't look like he was quite clear. His spotter might have said clear, but it was so quick of a clear that that's unfortunate for Connor. He was having a good battle there with Darrell. It only dropped him down a couple spots, though, so he's still in it. All these guys are going to come down pit road, get some fresh tires. I don't think anyone's staying out. Of course, your lap cars have to stay out for right now. They have to go ahead and make another lap around the track before they're able to come down pit road to service their vehicles, get their tires on, and fill it up with gas. With 20 laps to go here tonight, this is most likely the last pit stop of the night. Well, I want to thank you all again for tuning in, sticking it out here tonight. For those that don't know, up here in the booth tonight, I am Dennis Ansman, here for the ISRL League, over here at Extreme Racing TV, every Tuesday night, when OBS allows. Just kidding. But so far tonight, it's been a really good race here for these guys. Be able to see here what they were able to throw down here for the last 17 laps when they retake the green flag. And before they go back green flag racing, if you have not yet, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. That way you get informed anytime Extreme Racing TV goes live. And for right now, it is every Tuesday night for the ISRL League. And every race they've done here, 10 races so far in the season, they have all been phenomenal races. And I'm sure tonight is not going to disappoint. So far, it's been a great race. And the finish is just going to be... Oh, I can't even imagine here. I expect these three between Kirker, Burquette, and Lindgren. Can't even count out Jared, Darrell, Trafari, Hyder. I mean, really the top 10. I mean, all the way down to Richard Kirker, down in 10th spot. So we'll see here. They have the one to go here right now. No, they don't have the one to go. Never mind. You're getting the one to go this time by, so it'll be 16 laps to go when they get the green flag. There we go. Pace lights are off on the pace truck. Always helps if you look at the pace truck or pace car or the pace mobile. Always lets you know if it's one to go or not. As the pace truck is now diving off to the safety of pit road once more. Aiden Kirker is back on that loud pedal. We are back underway here. 16 laps to go for the corn race here tonight at Iowa Speedway. Aiden was able to get a good jump there. And we got Jared up into the wall. As we're going to have some 3 wide here coming out of... Oh, boy, that got close. And there goes... Oh, Alexander Hyder is not having a race here tonight. He goes around, as well as it looks like Josh Corner there in the 89. Let's go ahead and see what happened. Everything looks good here. Going into 3. Coming out of turn number 4. He just lost it himself and self-spun. And then, got into the 28 of Seth. Seth just didn't have nowhere to go. Unfortunate for him. Got that duff machine duffed up once more. So we'll see here. I don't think there's going to be any takers other than the ones that got in that wreck. Seth, he's on pit road getting tires. Here comes Anthony Colatuano in that 98 machine. He's coming down pit road to get that damage repaired. Right now we got 4 drivers out of the race here tonight. That would be the 32 machine of Josh Duke, the 008 machine of JJ Hill, the 5 of Cody Tabor, and the 18 of Keelan. We're coming down to the wire here tonight. Just about 5 to 10 on the East Coast. Looks like we have 6 viewers out there right now. And only 1 like. Go ahead and get that like button up there a couple times there if you don't mind, folks. Appreciate it. Not only are you supporting me, but you're also supporting the league over here for the ISRL League. They do a great job. They do their best to put on good races every single Tuesday night. Could be more proud of these guys on their efforts and what they do here each and every week. As right now we got Aiden Kirker first, Chase up to second, Zach down to third, Connor Trafari up to fourth, Jared Rashawn down to fifth, Marcus Van Der Lee sixth, Daryl Arnold in 7th spot, Richard Kirker in 8th, Mitchell Van Austin 9th, and rounding out the field here tonight, keep your radar on him, that's the number 72 machine of James Rader. I don't count anybody out, but you do have some work to do. The only ones I count out are the ones that are not in the race. You could be 10 laps down and I could still consider you having a shot. Yeah, these cars are actually fun. It's a lot of... You got to be really disciplined with that throttle. This era of Cup racing was actually really great. It sucks they didn't have the physics like they do now in today's age, but I mean, racing these cars back in, you know, late 90s and stuff, that was pretty fun. But like I said, the physics were not there like there are with iRacing. As Pace Truck dives off the safety pit road one more time. Aiden's back on that loud pedal. We are down to 9 laps to go here tonight for the corn race here at Iowa for the ISRL League. Race number 10. Looks like Chase is getting a run down the back straightaway here. He's looking down to the inside of Aiden Kirker going into turn number 3. And here comes Connor Trafari as well. Oh, we got to be, almost 3 wide there coming out of turn number 4. And Aiden Kirker is still going to hold off Chase there going into turn number 1. Here comes Connor. Coming out of turn number 2, he's up to 3rd spot. He is looking to get around Chase and Aiden Kirker. But right now, Aiden Kirker is just looking to hold off that number 10 of Chase. Coming out of turn number 4 once more, down to 6 laps to go. Or 7 laps to go, sorry. Looks like Chase is going to try to peek on the inside there of Aiden. And is he going to have... Looks like he didn't have an edge there going into turn number 3, but he's still going to hold on to that inside line. And Aiden's like, I'll just ride up here on the outside, get the momentum. As right now, it's single file here within the top 5. Coming out of turn number 2, Connor's having a moment coming out of 2. Looks like he got a little loose there, opens the door for Zach. Zach is going to retake that 3rd spot over Connor. And now Chase looks like he's running that midline. And here comes Connor again down to the inside of Zach, going down into turn number 1. And we have contact between Connor and Zach Lindgren. Good thing the radio is not on right now for the communication in iRacing chat. That probably be something that's not PG rated for anybody in here right now. As Chase getting loose there coming out of turn number 4. He's giving it all he's got trying to get something. But right now, it's Aiden Kirker's race to lose here tonight, folks. As long as he can keep running the lines he's running and hold off the guys behind him for 3 more laps here coming out of turn number 4, it is his race to lose. As Zach is trying to put the pressure there onto Chase, as Connor is falling back to Jared Rashawn here in the 5th spot. Coming down 2 laps to go here. Somebody was hitting the wall there, but we ain't going to go back and look at it because we are down to the nitty gritty here. As Chase is running that high side here coming out of turn number 4. White flag is out in the air. Final lap here tonight, folks, for the corn race here tonight at Iowa for the ISRL League. Chase got a good run coming out of turn number 4. Is he going to be able to get anything, though, here down the back straightaway? It looks like Aiden's going to be able to hold him off here going into turn number 3. He's going to open the door for the inside of Chase. Coming out of turn number 4 here, it looks like Aiden Kirker is going to be able to hold him off here tonight and take the victory here tonight. What a finish here for these guys. For the corn race, they did not disappoint. Aiden Kirker first, Chase second, and Zach Lindgren third. Connor Trafari fourth, Jared Rashawn fifth, Marcus Van Der Lee sixth, Daryl Arnold in seventh, Mitch Van Oss eighth, Alexander Hyder ninth, and rounding out the field here tonight, getting a top 10, Richard Kirker in that 93 machine. Well, folks, don't go anywhere. We're going to go ahead, take a step away, get the top 3 up here. We'll be right back. Alrighty, folks. Welcome back here tonight. We'll go ahead and get down to our top three here this evening. Pull up our third place finisher here tonight, Zach Lindgren. Congratulations on third spot here tonight, but I know you ultimately wanted to finish in that first spot. Go ahead and talk about your race here tonight.
Yeah, the track just wasn't coming into what we wanted. I thought it'd be a little bit more snug, but as the run went on there, that kind of first run, the track went a little bit too snug on me, and I didn't save my tires as I should have. So, congrats to Aiden and Chase tonight. They absolutely were the showcase. Same thing to the 24. It sucks how he got kind of taken out their middle part of the race and kind of shoved towards the back of the pack. But all in all, is a good race tonight. It was a fun race. You had to keep the car under you. Everybody was slipping and sliding tonight, so it was a really fun race.
Yeah, and it seemed like, unlike most cars, with these cars, it was a multi-lane groove here with Iowa. You run low, middle, or high, depending on where you are in your run. And, you alluded to, with Alexander, looked like you and Chase were just going at it pretty much all freaking night long. You two just could not get away from each other.
Yeah.
But
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. But all in all, fantastic racing. Couldn't ask for anything better, especially, at a short track like Iowa. But next week, we step from a short track. And, you guys sort of kind of got used to the wall riding here tonight at Iowa, which is kind of surprising. But you get more practice of that next week at New Hampshire. What are your thoughts at going to New Hampshire here with these Gen 4 cars?
I'm excited for it. Really, New Hampshire is a place where if you have a tight race car, it's a miserable race. It's a miserable experience. But in these cars, they're really easy to turn. They're real easy to get the back end to kick out. So you got to be patient on that. But I like cars that, the back end needs to kick out. You need to lean on the right rear, on the right side primarily. So I like cars that tend to do that. So New Hampshire is going to be fun. I really think so. With the limited amount of banking, it's all going to come to managing your throttle, managing your tires more than anything. I think tonight was a good indication of how some people are going to attack New Hampshire with the limited banking that it has. Some people are going to drive it in harder, try to get it to rotate in the middle. Some people are going to nice and soft entry. So I think tonight, even with the banking, is going to be a good indicator on how it's going to be next week. But I'm looking forward to it. I don't usually say that about New Hampshire, but I'm looking forward to it.
Well, that's good to hear, Zach. But before we go ahead and let you go and celebrate your third place finish here in your number 85 machine, any final thoughts, shout outs you want to give before we go ahead and let you go?
Yeah, give a shout out to HMS Motorsport and Diecast fans for being on the car. Those two have been my biggest supporters since getting on iRacing, and I wouldn't be here without them. So a huge shout out to them. Also, a huge shout out to my teammates at Elite Motorsports, keeping me calm, cool, and collected. There was a couple times there where like you said, Chase and I were a little bit close together there, and there's a couple times where I think Chase and I could have made contact. So I was not hot under the lid. I was just a little shaky, and they kept me cool. They kept me clean. Shout out to our team leader Jared for keeping it cool, clean. Right there at the end, he got mad that I didn't give him a shout out in race, so I'll give him a shout out on broadcast. Shout out to you up here in the booth doing what you do, dedicating your time. I know you had struggles early on, but everybody appreciates what you're doing and putting on the show for us. The admins that run this league, got to give a shout out to them. And that's all I got for right now, buddy.
All right. Well, Zach, congratulations again on your P3 here tonight, and can't wait to see what you bring next week at New Hampshire. Until then, man, take it easy. Good luck to you, and practice that track, and hopefully you get around Chase next week.
That's the hope, buddy. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, that's our third place finisher there tonight, Zach Lindgren. Always a good time interviewing him. Now we're going to go ahead and bring up our second place finish here tonight, and that would be Chase in that number 10 machine. Chase, man, looked like you were trying to chase down Aiden about half the night here tonight, and you just didn't have the laps to do it. Go ahead and talk about your race here tonight. How'd it go for you?
Yeah, overall it was a good race. Wish I would have led at least one lap being in second the entire race. But no, overall, great night overall. So I'm happy with the outcome for sure.
Oh yeah, and during the race, it looked like you and Zach, you guys were like peanut butter and jelly. No matter what, you could not get away from each other. But yet, it seemed like you were always in front of him. He could not get around you no matter how much he tried. There were a couple times he did, but it didn't last that long. But it looked like there, as the runs were going on, it looks like those cars were really starting to become a handful. Go ahead and talk about that real quick.
Yeah, I knew if we had at least one long run, which we did, is the key to that is just making sure you save as much rear grip as possible so that you can get the power down off the corners for sure. But I felt like about 10 laps before we pitted under green, I did not do a good job of that. Yeah, we eventually got it sorted out near the end and had a good finish out of it for sure. So.
Well, yeah, anytime you can get a top five, especially at a short track where chaos can ensue, and we saw moments of that happening here tonight. But to survive that and get a top five is always a good thing. And, next week we go from a short track to New Hampshire, which kind of drives like a mile and a half, but at the same time a short track all in one. Go ahead and talk about what your thoughts are going in New Hampshire here next week.
Yeah, it's definitely not one of your cookie cutter tracks, that's for sure. But it's gonna be fun for sure. It's figuring out how to back up that corner right and get the power down coming off the corner. You don't want to be leaning on that right front too much and then have nothing off the corner because you burned up that right front. But yeah, it'll be fun for sure. Definitely excited for it. So.
Definitely looking forward to that race. Can't wait to see what you guys bring to New Hampshire. But before we go ahead and let you go and celebrate your second place finish here in that number 10 QT quick tip machine, any final thoughts, shout outs you want to give before we go ahead and let you go and celebrate your P2 finish?
Yeah, just huge thanks to my wife again. Let me do this every week for sure. Thank you to Aiden for putting on the league. Thanks to Daryl and all the team members at Black Cloud Racing for sure. Thank you as well for doing this. This is cool that we get to do this every week. So thank you.
Yeah, it is cool. I just wish one week I can go without having some kind of hiccup, but we'll get there. We're working on it. It's all a work in progress,
Sure.
But man, congratulations again on your P2, and definitely looking forward to seeing what your team brings to New Hampshire next Tuesday night. Until then, enjoy this second place finish, and we'll see you next Tuesday night.
Alrighty, thank you, man.
You're welcome.
Bye.
All right, and that will finish our P2 interview with Chase there. Always a good guy to talk to. And now that brings us to our winner here this evening in that 39 machine. Yee machine. Aiden Kirker up here in the victory lane. Aiden, man, congratulations on your win here tonight. It was you definitely had to earn it here tonight. It was not given to you. Go ahead and talk about the race here tonight.
Yeah, it was a really, really fun race. Personally, just being able to drive up through the field and really work every inch of the racetrack was really fun. It almost felt like a dirt race in that aspect, where you could really just, if a car in front of you was running the bottom, run the top, and vice versa. Just managing your tires, managing your pace. Just a real fun race. And at the end, just being able to hold off Chase and flip the result from last weekend was it felt good, and always good to battle with Chase and Zach. So yeah, it was a fun race.
Yeah, it was. It was definitely fun to watch and broadcast. It was also kind of weird too to see a short track to where the preferred line was actually mid to upper lane. Because it seemed like anybody that was trying to pass you on the inside, they just could not get the momentum enough to stick it coming out of corner to make that pass. Go ahead and talk about that aspect of the race.
Yeah, I was just kind of like a weird. It's I can't even say it's a short track. It's really just its own thing. It's races like nothing else. Um, I guess the closest comparison you can kind of put it to is like a Richmond, but it races nothing like Richmond. It's just the shape of the track is like Richmond, and if anything, you kind of compare it to like the Legacy Kentucky with the bumps and how the way the corners are and just the weird line that you can run there. But always good to run at Iowa. It's just like I said, it's like its own beast. There's no track that races like it, and always presents a fun challenge.
Yeah, I've been looking for a track to compare because the beginning of the race, I said the front straightaway was like Richmond, but the turns were a different track, and I couldn't put my finger on it until just now when you said Old Kentucky. So it's a mixture of Richmond and Old Kentucky when it comes to how this track is laid out. Because actually, Rusty Wallace designed this track, and he based the front straightaway strictly off of Richmond and worked around that. So that's a little interesting fact for the fans out there. But yeah, until you said the Old Kentucky, I didn't even think of that track. So thank you for that, Aiden.
No
So
problem.
Now I have a reference point next time come to Iowa. I can say, you know what, this is how the track runs like. But speaking of tracks, we move off to Iowa here, get away from all the corn, and we move over to New Hampshire next week. Go ahead and talk. What are your thoughts there going to New Hampshire next week?
It's going to be a race of survival. New Hampshire typically is that way. I know with this group, we've had some pretty decent races at New Hampshire that have run fairly green. It's doable. It's just kind of a weird track with the reverse camber on the inside and run in the middle line that people just can't really, I don't want to say comprehend, but they can't get a grasp on it. And really hit their marks perfect. And it's a lot of it is racing the track more than anything. And that's going to be a struggle for some people. They think racing, oh, I'm racing the other cars around here, but New Hampshire really is, you have to race the racetrack. And should be a fun race. I'm excited. If as long as it's not a caution fest, which it's a good chance it could be. But if it isn't, it'll be a really fun race. New Hampshire is a track that I hold close to my heart. I have 3 home tracks: Watkins Glen, Pocono, and New Hampshire, and they're all 3.5 hours away from me. So like literally perfect within like 2 minutes each way. So just excited to get there, and first race for ISRL at New Hampshire. Could go either way, but I'm optimistic that these guys will put on a good show.
All right. Well, we're definitely looking forward to next Tuesday night, what you guys bring at New Hampshire. Any final thoughts, shout outs you want to give before we go ahead and let you in that beautiful 39 machine go celebrate your victory here tonight?
I just want to thank my team, Elite Motorsports, Jared, Zach, Anthony, Michael, Brad. I think that's everyone. I hope it's everyone. It's a big team. But thanks to all those guys. Love racing with them. Thanks to all the admins that helped me make this league run. Daryl, Kyle, my dad, Ryan. Thanks to all the drivers for showing up and participating. I say it every week, that without the drivers, there is no league. And we're really thankful that we've gotten some pretty decent car counts this season and last season as well, but this season especially, that they really haven't fallen off. Maybe like we've lost like 1 or 2 guys full time, but they still run on a part-time basis. So good to see those high car counts, are high for what we've had to deal with in the past. I remember a couple of seasons ago just running like 10 cars, so this feels awesome with like 25, between 25 and 30. So just trying to make sure that we can next season we're aiming for that 30 mark. If we can get 25 to 30 consistently, that would be awesome. But thanks to all you guys for showing up and running. I know some people don't have the best of luck, but just stick it out. And I like to pride this place on, this is a good place to learn and get better as a driver. So we really do enjoy the process of helping people become better sim racers, and hopefully a lot of these guys will stick around for next season and just build on what we have this season. Want to thank my girlfriend for the support. I think she's watching, and thank you for broadcasting as always. You do a phenomenal job. I know the OBS kind of let you down, but I'm sure you made up for it throughout the race anyways. But huge thanks to you.
I appreciate it. And, like always, no matter the mishap, always bounce back, come back, and do the best that you can. Because things happen. You can't control the things you can't control. So
Nope.
you just go ahead and go with the flow and take it from there, and that's all you can do. And definitely looking forward to the race next week at New Hampshire, what you guys bring. If it's anything like the past 10 races, it's going to be fantastic, and we cannot wait to see what you guys bring. But until then, Aiden, go ahead and celebrate this victory here once again, and we'll go ahead and see you next Tuesday night.
All right, thank you. I'm going to go eat some corn.
There you go. Eat some corn. All right, folks, that is Aiden Kirker there. He's going to go off and eat some corn here tonight after the corn race here. So what we're going to go ahead and do is get down to the unofficial results here tonight. In that first spot, we got Aiden Kirker. Congratulations once again, Aiden, on your victory here tonight. In second, Chase Burquette. Third, Zach Lindgren. Fourth, Connor Trafari. Fifth, Jared Rashawn. Sixth, Marcus Van Der Lee. In seventh spot, we got Daryl Arnold. Eighth, Mitch Van Oss. Ninth, Alexander Hyder. In 10th, Richard Kirker. 11th, Brad D. Peters. 12th, we got James Rader. In 13th, Kyle Camper. 14th, Josh Corner. In 15th spot, Anthony Colantuano. In 16th, Clinton Seymour. 17th, Jake Baker. 18th, Paul Reckley. In 19th spot, we got Seth Wentworth. Finishing in 20th here tonight, Josh Duke. In 21st, J.J. Hill. 22nd, Cody Tabber. And rounding out in 23rd here tonight is Keelan Bilosh. Not the race he wanted to have, nor Cody or JJ, as well as Duke. But hopefully next week they can bounce back and have themselves a good race here tonight. But until then, folks, thank you all for tuning in here for the ISRL League over here on Extreme Racing TV. As always, up here in the booth with you every single Tuesday night is Dennis Ansman. Until next Tuesday night at New Hampshire, you all take care of one another, stay safe, and have a good night.